Bacon and Eggs. So, I'm recording an update because Sky wrote on my Facebook wall and told me that my school kidnapped me. Technically that's very true. I've been kind of like non-stop with work and, yeah, that's pretty much my entire life. Like, I have no social life, because I'm just at school and doing homework all the time. But I just came back home. I did watch a movie tonight, but tomorrow I'll be back to doing work. I watched Dear John tonight. Not really good of a chick flick, man. Really bad, actually. In my opinion, I just thought, like, you know, like they were just really trying to tearjerk you, like, but it wasn't really working. Like, it was like who, like Mean Kang, you know. Yeah, it was a good night. Just like taking a small break from my usual schedule. What else? Yeah, so the other day, 2 days ago, I was so stressed out because I actually busted my test, like studying for an exam in psych, to only find out that I didn't do as well as I had expected. And then, like, I think on top of that, what had happened was, like, it's actually a really long story, but I guess I'll share it with you, since I think it was a really big part of my week. When my teachers, we usually get assignments and we have to go to a writing center to get it marked off by like a writing tutor to make sure our citations and our format was like an MLA format. Was correct, and like the teachers are real sticklers for it, so this format thing. So oh, I'm sorry on my jacket, by the way. I like just got home and then I got Sky's like little message. I figured I'd do it right away before I head to bed. But anyway, so my teachers are real sticklers about the format of the whatever. So what happened was I got a writing tutor to check my outline, right? Before I had it was an oral presentation, but then we have to have an outline for it. So I did an outline, and then the teacher checked it for me. She signed her name, and then like I handed it into the teacher, and the teacher called me up the other day. Actually, she didn't call me up. She gave me the piece of paper, and then like, I was taking an exam at the time, so then I really didn't see it right away. But then when I had overviewed it, I realized that she wrote in script, which I couldn't read really clearly, but she wrote, "Oh, this is a clear F. Please see me." And I was like, whoa. That did not just read F, you know, because like I've been working really hard on like all my work, and when I got the F, I was completely like flabbergasted, you know. Is that the word? Flabbergasted? Is that the word? Anyways, what happened was, you know, I obviously went to see her. I was like, you know, I don't understand like why I got an F. And then like she lists down all these reasons for me. I was like, you know, I did get it checked by the writing center, and then she requested for the name of my tutor. And then, like, I really didn't want to, like, rat my tutor out. But, like, you know, what was I to say to the teacher? Like, oh, sorry, I can't give you the tutor's name. Like, can't do that. So, what happened was, so I was like, oh, her name was, man, I felt so bad, like, even mentioning her name. I was like, oh, her name is, Diana, and see, Diana and I have a really good relationship. Like, we pray together, we share together. Like, you know, even as we're teaching, we always end up talking more than she's actually helping me. So, like, for me to say her name, like, I just really felt like I was just, like, selling her out, you know? And I felt really awful. So, anyway, so I gave her the name, and then, like, I really didn't know she was going to do anything about it, right? So I was like, okay, and then she's like, yeah, next time just don't find a teacher. Like, my teacher's very nice, like, don't get me wrong, she's just really harsh on grading. So then I went to I go to Diana every week to get my papers checked, and then I went to see her like after a couple of days, and she's like, oh, Nadia, your teacher sent me a message requesting that I see her, and she got in trouble by her supervisor. And then I felt really bad because obviously she only helped me on my outline, and like not a lot of people get their outlines MLA formatted. So she clearly knows me, and then I was just like, I'm so sorry. Like I feel so awful and I feel so bad. And and she's like, yeah, it's fine, but like blah blah blah. She like my teacher wrote in the email to her like, oh you clearly told my student that English teachers don't like outlines formatted a certain way, which she did tell me, right? Because the teacher pointed something out wrong with my outline that I did wrong, but then it's something that Diana specifically told me to do. And so and then when she asked for the reason, that I was like, oh, the writing teacher told me that was the way that, English tutors, whatever. And so then she wrote that in the email, and I felt like I was just like really ratting her out, and I felt like so awful, I felt like it was all my fault, and I came home and I was really bummed. And on top of that, like, remember the psych test, I didn't do well, and then like I thought I ratted out my tutor, and like it was just non-stop work. Like even my parents are like, Nadia, like, my goodness, like take a break, like. Because like I'm like in the school library, like before my classes start, in the middle of my breaks, like after my classes end. Like I get home at like really late at night, and then when I get home I still have homework to do. I'm reading on the train, like it's been non-stop. Oh gosh, this video is already 6 something minutes.